Today we're going to be covering 3 unique structures every base should have. If you're anything like me, you're probably looking for ways to keep this game from getting boring, so without further ado, let's get on with it. First one I call the Log Harvester 3000. This bad boy is capable of destroying every habitat within a few 100-yard radius. And if you want the most efficient system for collecting logs, look no further, my friends. My very real-life laziness is now benefiting somebody else. You're welcome. Now, first thing you want to do is build a post grid that's at least 3 by 2, but the larger you make it, the more squirrels you can make homeless. Now, it's very important to get the height of your structure correct. You want it to be up off the ground and safe from the baddies, but you mainly want it eye level with your zipline archway. The idea is simple. As you may already know, if a zipline is placed at a lower height and you build log holders around the perimeter of the receiving end of your zipline, the logs will simply pull themselves off the line and onto the holder. And this is nice because you can fill up the log holders closest to the line before the log starts popping off at the end. This will give you a nice neat pile on top of several log holders full of logs. But let's say you're like me and you want to take it up a notch. When you get your platform built roughly eye level with the zipline arch, the first thing you need to do is start placing your log holders. I was able to fit 12 log holders on the platform, but you could easily amplify this and make it a lot bigger. Then simply cut the posts at the halfway point like so. Now from here, you're going to continue with the joists, or horizontal framing as it's also called, and cover it with planks until you've effectively built a floor on top of your log holders. Then you probably guessed it, do it again. You can repeat this process as often as you'd like to achieve whatever level of insanity you so desire. But the next part is crucial to get this working right. Anchor the zip line directly between the 2 columns of log holders like so. Then walk to your tree farm and line up the zip line till it's roughly in line with the whole column of holders. Look down and click right. Then you're going to remove a stick from your inventory and stick it in the ground to mark that spot. Then you're going to go and grab 3 logs and build this structure as close to square with the log harvester. Now you can use a single log as a single pole, but during my playthrough I found that this can be easily destroyed by even the smallest and most feeble of the island natives. Then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Pro tip, you can build a half wall like this and flip-flop it so the other side of the harvester can actually receive logs. Now, this is future proofing, so you can build this in a place that is surrounded by trees for maximum effect. Now for the cool part. You can actually build a set of stairs or anchor a zip line so you can get to just underneath the lower level of the log holders. In the current build of the game, you can actually then grab the logs through the floor and send them wherever you need them. And voila, your lumberjacks will thank you. On to number 2. My wife affectionately calls this the Fish Catcher 4000. I gotta hand it to her though, it was mostly her idea. The idea here is pretty simple. You build the structure right above the water, you open the floor, place the traps, hang the fish, and eat. It's like ice fishing. But again, if you're anything like me, let's take it up a notch. Why not utilize a second floor deck for a grow area? This is a great place to grow all the important plants that you need, like Devil's Club, Fireweed, and Horsetail. Let's move on to number 3. Now this is less important than the other 2, but hey, you made it this far, so maybe you get something out of this. I call this the terminal. Now you can call it whatever you want, but it's pretty self-explanatory. My base is located kind of out of the way from everything else, so I have my back to the ocean and old Brucey boy. So I need a good way of getting to things like water and other POIs. Now, I currently haven't hit the max allowed zip lines, but if there is a max, I'm sure that I'm getting close to it. I built mine 3 stories tall, which seems to work pretty good for me, but by doing multiple levels, you can cram in even more zip lines and keep the confusion to an absolute minimum. Well, there you have it, folks. If you want more tips like this or new ideas, smash that like button and tell me what I should build next in the comments. Sub if you're a real G, and I'll catch you next time.